Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event of the day. We got Sentinels versus G1, and I want to get right to the desk. We have Why Not, and we have Active here with me. And guys, y'all are fresh off of that best of 5 series out of Royal 2 and King J versus Renegade Spartan. Really quick, Tony, thoughts on that match?
I thought it was incredible. I mean, I already knew Spartan and Renegade were a dynamo duo. Like, I already knew they've been putting in the work, practicing, taking every single challenge that can come their way. But I really think World 2 and King J played well. And a couple mistakes go their way, and maybe we send it over to a Game 5. I was really impressed by what King J and World 2 were able to put on the table.
Yeah, absolutely. And Active, any final thoughts from that 2v2?
Yeah, I was actually talking to Sparty right after the match, and he said Renegade was checked the whole time. He was having problems with his controller, his PC, the internet, but they still came out with the win. Some amazing plays. It was just such an entertaining match to cast. Great job by FaZe. And again, King J and Roll 2, they were definitely the underdogs in that match, and they put up a really good fight.
Indeed. Well, we got a best of 7 on our hands, and Why Not? I want to hear your thoughts on this. Who do you got in this best of 7?
I mean, like I said before, I love G1. I love the organization. I love the players. I think they're absolutely amazing, and I love what they stand for and represent. And and they're going to continue to get better and better. This team has the right mindset. But there's another team that have a right mindset as well, and that's Sentinels. They have a championship mindset, a championship pedigree. And I was taught at a very young age in my career never to bet against Snakebite and Roll 2. Just don't do it. They will make you pay every single time. Give me the Kansas City champions, the last land champions. Give me Sentinels. I'm sorry.
I feel that, man. How can you deny the land placings? And Active, who do you got in this best of 7?
G1, man. I love G1 as an organization. I think what they do for their players in general is just so incredible. I think a lot of organizations need to kind of take notes. I think that the fact that they provide for their players with Swish, of course, getting that LASIK surgery, I mean, that's a life-changing thing for him, and G1 taking care of that completely. I love the fact Makowski, a part owner, is coming into these LSS matches and playing and also managing. I think they do so much, and G1 coming second place in the HCS Super. Not one person predicted that, and I guarantee not one person predicts their win right now, but it's gonna be me. I'm gonna say G1 take this.
I like the thought process. And speaking of thought process, this is a best of 7, and it was hand selected by Mr. Snow himself. This man broke down the stats between these two teams. They played 7 times in the Super. There were 2 different series, right? But out of those 7 games, G1 took the series 4-3. Obviously, in the loser bracket finals, they 3-0'd Sentinels to punch their ticket to the grand final. But these maps and game types in this order is hand selected to have as even as a match as possible according to history between these teams. And with that, I want to send it to our casters for this best of 7, as all 8 players are finally in this lobby. So Tools and Shyway, they're going to be guiding us through this best of 7. Tools, go ahead and take it away.
Welcome, guys. We're in. We're ready. Shyway, pleasure to have you back with me here. Hey, Sentinels G1 coming up next. But before we talk about that, take a look at the bottom of your screen. There, you'll see our prize pool for today, and you can still help grow that prize pool. !SQ in the chat. That'll take you to the sponsor quest. You can do things like follow people on Twitter, visit websites. Literally just click, look at a website, and you can get 20 cents added to the prize pool. Very easy to do so. If everyone here were to do it, I think we could add like $1,000 to the prize pool. So everyone just do your part, get it in.
Like Garrett said, definitely do that and make our matchup just a little bit more exciting, right? Raise the stakes, Garrett, because we got a hell of a match on our hands. And honestly, thank you, Louis, for giving us a bit of a kind of prerequisite conversation there. They faced each other in the NA Super before G1 came out and 3-0'd Sentinels and surprised the world. The Sentinels actually 3-1'd GO in the winner's bracket in that same tournament. So there's already been a little bit of back and forth with this team. Tony said it well in that it's pretty hard to doubt or go against the Sentinels considering their history, their pedigree as a roster. Recently, I've been watching G1 as well, Garrett, and in Esports Arena, they struggled a bit. They lost to C9. They lost to a pickup team, Swap Don't Drop, yesterday as well. So I'm going to side Sentinels for now. I don't know if you want to continue our prediction conversation before we jump in, Garrett.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the biggest thing to take away, right, is they played 7 times in the Super. It was 4-3. Like, these teams are very close to each other in the skill rankings right now. Obviously, online is online, LAN is LAN. We still need to see if G1 can do it on LAN. But starting on this game 1, you know, we talked about how Mr. Snow hand selected this best of 7, and game 1, it was a match that was played, a map that was played during the Super. Last time, Sentinels won this map 250 to 204. Very close indeed. And if you want to take a look at the entire best of 7, guys, you have basically 4 maps that these guys played during the Super. Each time, they won 2 maps each. And then the other 3 are the maps that they're even with on record. So this is about as close as a best of 7 when you look at the stats that this can be. Juan Gonzalez with the $5 contribution. Thank you so much. We're getting back to streets. But Sentinels, I mean, squeaked away with the win last time versus G1 on this map.
Well, I can't wait to see how things go today. Of course, I think you never know, right? Every single day you get kind of different results with these teams. It's whoever came to play, whoever's playing better. Strongholds on Streets, game 1, best of 7 series. We got a long story, long road ahead of us, but Lethal, let's have him start things off with a bang.
And look at that, Sentinels just dominating off the early rip, able to win all the fights up close. Lethal gets the rockets, Frosty able to get the shotgun and thrust, and Frosty takes the one-on-one, wins the gunfight, showing how important that thrust can be, and it's an immediate scoring opportunity for Sentinels.
Those early fights so key. They get positioning on the map, they can use it to collapse on spawners. Honestly, a big trade out of Swish just to stagger them a little bit, to make it harder for Sentinels to push back to B and keep this hold. Snakebite trying to do exactly that. Devon's hunting him down, though. Nice survival out of Snakebite for now, but gets caught by Squall A. That's going to give him a comfortable rotation to C. All while that happens, Sentinels are already trying to get the B to stop it.
Ooh, Swish really bailing out Boo Boo Doo right there, able to catch Frosty on the chase at the last moment, giving them some control towards Cafe, but it's up to Predevinator to keep Sentinels from being able to push into C and capture this hill to keep their scoring spree.
Little Frosty Snakebite duo here, back C, probably one of the best you could see in the game. Lethal just pushing center map, finds the kill on Devon as well. Gonna open up the lane there for Frosty to find a pick with the Stalker. Remember, we have some UGAs. Since we've witnessed these boys play against each other previously, Garrett, we've got a drop combo GA. So every time I see that Stalker, I think, is he gonna get the perfect kill? Can he line it up?
Yeah, it's that not having that drop weapon as a crutch is gonna make it a little bit more difficult to use some of their higher risk, higher reward weapons. And now, really gonna be really important to have your precision aim on point. But one thing that is on point is Sentinels to start this game, 70-0 run, and the player that's impressed me the most thus far is Lethal. I feel like Lethal is turning a new leaf over here. I've been seeing a very aggressive Lethal, a player who's going for gunfights, a player who's controlling power weapons, and this is something that I think Sentinels has been missing from him since Halo Infinite's come out, but this is looking like a different Lethal.
Oh! What'd you say? He's turning a new leaf? Lethal?
Oh, hey.
Either way, Lethal did go down with the rockets. I believe there's still one left in the chamber. I think Snakebite's made the rotation for it. Finally, Gamers First did find themselves a few points on the board here. Of course, 17. But Sentinels definitely with a lock on this game. Squall A trying to make his way to A. You can see the coverage with the Stalker going to make it very difficult. There are the rockets. Snakebite making good use of them.
Oh, and Royal 2 cleans up Predevinator. That'll stop A from switching hands. And this lets Sentinels continue to have a home base. And this is the aggressive Lethal that I'm talking about. Look at him, first one to charge in, tip of the spear. Something that we have not seen from Lethal since Halo 5.
Seeing Lethal finally come into his own and make some big plays, I think, is that one thing that Sentinels needs to get back to dominance. So could this be the start of the story? You got Frosty already melting foes here by Driveway. 95 on the board, still a lock on this game. Gamers First spawning up in PD. Got coverage of B. Center map's a good spot to be to fan out to either A or C, assuming they win their fights here and take down Lethal.
Lethal not gonna win the fisticuff battle against Boo Boo Doo Boo, and G1 just looking for some spacing on the map, and that's where Sentinels has really reigned supreme thus far. is that they've been able to get control of the map, but Predevinator looking to shake things up, has the shotgun in the back pocket. Rockets coming up in 15 seconds. If Gamers First is going to get back in this game, they need to win the fight for Rockets.
Every single individual gunfight they win on the way there, so important. Right now, Sentinels, I think, a numbers advantage. As I say it, though, Swish, little rotation from him. He kills Royal 2. Swish with a remote detonation on the snake bite. That will thin out the numbers, and he's not even going for rockets. He's overextended. He's going to try to take down Frosty, give his team space to get out safely with rocks.
Frosty, very lucky that he had that soccer rifle in hand. Basically the only gun that could kill Swish fast enough to keep him alive. And Frosty eventually is taken down as Predevinator tries to get the home base, but Lethal quick there to respond. And that's what's been impressive about Sentinels is Lethal. He's winning fights, and we're seeing how quick they are to the help. There's always a player to fill for Sentinels. They're never leaving anyone alone. It's pure teamwork that has held this team above.
We're witnessing brilliance when it comes to 1v1 fights for sure, but I think even more importantly, Garrett, is just the objective efficiency in this one. Gamers First, several times in this match, they found slays, they found the rockets, map control, but they're not quite getting points, not getting time off, and Sentinels just finding kills that matter most. Breaking into hills to reset the timer here, though G1 do have something going here, but with Dubu in the center of it.
And finally, it's some room to breathe for G1, right? They're going to have spacing on the map, opportunities to get some opening picks and to start controlling the pace of this map. But Snakebite's the most important player. Squale's going to be able to get that kill. And now it's time for Gamers First to determine how they're going to approach this push. Are they happy with what they have now, or are they going to try to get the spawn cycle?
Oh, hold on. Lethal looking to make plays here with a little ninja there too. Doesn't quite hit it, but the kill's in. And that's all that matters. Lethal still up. Gonna deny Squale, who's forced to drop, and Frosty finishes the kill. Sentinels slowly but surely they take back the map. A and B locked down, and Frosty, no shame, getting aggressive.
You love to see that, the two main slayers just going to battle. Swish and Frosty, those are going to be really the two players to watch out for when it comes to the kills at the end of the game. They're so damn good with the guns, and they will hardly ever lose the one-on-one gunfight. That's really, whoever can win that slaying battle will probably win the game for their team.
As we say it, I was wondering, where did the rockets go? Looks like Royal 2 has them sitting up on the vending machine with it. Map in session for G1. They did manage to take AB back. That high ground is going to be important until Royal 2 finds an opening. There's the rocket, and it sails right through Arcade. Does no damage to anyone. And that's honestly a good spot to be standing if you want to deny rockets. There's a pit there, right? Like the rocket goes down the street, and you can bait someone into missing their rocket down back Arcade.
It's great coordination from Sentinels right there to find the break at B, right? Everyone working with each other in tandem to make sure all the one shots are cleaned up, and then they think about the next step, right? You saw them rotate, trying to push the spawns towards C. They're able to funnel those players in, take the trip cap for an extended period of time, get them past that 200-point threshold, and every second that ticks by, the game is falling away from G1.
Slay's not looking too lopsided in this. It's just the efficiency out of Sentinels. They continue to find points. Lethal with the reach out on Swish. He gets the kill there too. Squale, Predevinator, they find their picks. That'll even out the numbers a little bit. Give G1 a chance to get aggressive on the B. There goes Royal 2. G1 can take back the map for now. They've got some work to do. Up against some odds here. 210 on the board already for Sentinels.
Yeah, it's the tandem of Frosty and Royal 2 that have really made the difference in this game, right? We're not seeing a huge disconnect on the slays between G1 and Sentinels, but when it comes to your high, power duo of Frosty and Royal 2, it just doesn't seem like they can lose anything right now. So confident in their ability to take any fight. Royal 2's going for more.
If he dropped combo, do you think he would have had it?
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Straight to the AR. Might have been able to get the triple on Boo Boo. Either way, Boo Boo lives. Can he find more? He will. 3 dead on the side of G1. Despite the plays at a Royal 2, G1, they still got a shot here. Maybe the Rockets can help secure it.
What does it take to make the comeback? Perfect Halo. And it's going to start with Squale getting the flank. Swish with the cleanup. This is going to give them a lane towards A. And now, if they can get a trip cap and hold it, that's going to be their key to getting back in this game.
Nice denial nade at a Swish. Doesn't get him the kill, though. Clutch by Frosty. Last second. Sentinels were at a numbers disadvantage on PD. You had Royal 2 just staying alive. Frosty hiding under A. And that was good enough to stop Swish in his tracks before the cap. They're now rotating to C here, too. Gonna look to take back the map. Time now ticking for Sentinels. G1 did a great job in closing the gap just a bit. They're gonna have to work a little bit harder to win their fights here to get back to Subway. Full team push coming in.
Remember, we talked about it. It's Frosty and Swish. It's that battle that's going to matter the most. And when it's one-on-one, game on the line, it's Frosty who came out on top, and it's Royal 2 who cleans it all up. Double for him. And you can see Frosty, he wants more. He's going in for the trip cap. This looks to be the death kneel for Gamers First.
G1 trying not to just pour into a hill right away. They want to make sure they get sliced so they can do so safely. They don't have a lot of time, though. They'll get to A. They got to bum rush to B as quickly as they can here, though. Less than 5 seconds to do it. They do get a stop at 2:45. Royal 2 with a kill on his Squall A, though. He'll step into A. Boo Boo Doo Boo needs to rotate back to A to get a stop on this. Royal 2 with the moves to get opening shots on Boo Boo. Take the kill. That might give him access to A. Takes Swish as well. A double kill and a spree at a Royal 2 with 26 kills. That might be enough to close the game. And it is.
Royal 2 is unreal on that map. 26 kills from him. He was basically a one-man army wherever he went. And then you complement that with Frosty, who was doing his best individual work that I've seen in quite some time. When it came down to the one-on-one, the piv fights in the biggest locations, it was always those two who came out on top, and it makes the difference. Absolutely beautiful job from them. And also, before, 1 second, can we take a look at Lethal? Doesn't go positive.
I know.
But this is an impressive stat line. 15, 18, and 13. That's a man who's entry fragging and making sure he's getting the damage down and making impactful plays.
Definitely making an impact. And that's the thing, is we're singing his praises. He's negative pretty much the whole game, but it's the assists, I think, that are so important. And some of the kills that he got, the impact that those individual kills had on taking back the map and getting time. Something Sentinels did so well is just getting efficiency off of their slays. G1 would find trades, they would find defensive kills, just wasn't quite enough to retake the map. And when it matters most, you got Lethal clutching up.
I think I did. I was looking at the stat line. And one thing that surprised me, I know there's only so much damage to go around.
Yeah.
But Snakebite had
a rough game.
Just under 3K damage.
Yeah.
He was having a tough time on that map. I don't know if that was necessarily the position, if he was just, hey, I have to anchor the spawn, I can't do much. But I don't know if maybe some internet problems. We'll have to see. But that was a map that in past histories is supposed to go to Sentinels. They have the victory on there during the Super. But now in game 2, that all changes because we're going to Catalyst Flag. And the last time these two teams went at it, it was G1 who had a resounding victory, 5-2. And they were dominant on this map.
Garrett, this might be a bit of broken telephone, but I think it was Tony who told me, and I think Eli the Sensei told Tony, that Boo Boo Doo Boo is the best skewer player in the game, apparently. So we got to watch out for this man, and why not start with his POV as well? If G1 want to bounce back, they better do it here.
You see Boo Boo Doo Boo, he wants to get right into this action. He's going to take them both on. He has no fear. In fact, let's go for the flag too. That's about as clean as you can get it. He's going to go right down the middle.
Boo Boo Doo Boo with the explosive play to start. Is that enough to get the flag very far, though? Gets shut down by Snakebite. Snakebite killed by a stray nade thanks to Swish. Squall A with the OS. He'll get the pick up on the flag and a rotation out through center. He drops it before he gets too far, though. Frosty there for the return. Devin with the coverage. They still got numbers to potentially stop this.
Oh, this is great for G1, right? They are able to get 2 down and control the skewer, and this might be enough to keep them off top mid, but for Devinator misses the shot. It looks like Lethal will be able to get the return. Gamers First push stopped short.
What a stop at a Sentinels. Seemed like G1 had that. And honestly, I think it's a testament to how quickly they killed, was it Squall A, the man who ran the flag? They deleted him immediately before it got too far across the bridge. This gives them a chance to get aggressive. Skewer in the hands of Frosty. Looking to make a play, but they're moving too quick. And Boo Boo Doo Boo, by the way, does he spawn in the back of Sentinels base? He's found 2 rotations here.
Getting this across the map as fast as he can. Boo Boo Doo Boo's on a relay. And it looks like his teammates are winning the fights as Lethal and Snakebite last there to try to stop this one, a 2v3 where they have to go big.
Snakebite might have had a rough game one, but this is where you'd like to see him and Sentinels pop off to get to defense. Lethal trying to stay up, though. He's getting tagged by all of G1. Man's one shot. There he goes. Snakebite last defender. Boo Boo with a touch on the flag, and with the numbers here, this is going to be tough for Snakebite. World 2 might be in position. Frosty's near the OS for the pickup there, but Snakebite get melted left, right, center. That's a flag planted in. G1 with the first point on the board, but Sentinels not quite done. They might be looking to get a counter.
Overshield coming up. It's going to be Sentinels who get control, and this is their first time in the map where they can really lead the push, and who else but Frosty to lead the charge. He's going to be able to find the first pick, but it's Swish with the plasma rifle trying to stop the shields of Frosty. It's not enough.
Frosty just hunting the man down, going for a beeline on the Swish. Looks like Squall made a split spawned out in Repulsor, though. Look at this. They didn't notice the split. Squall playing his life scarce. Picks up Frosty. Looking for Lethal. Drops a nade behind. Not enough to kill him. Lethal still up here. Should be able to rotate the flag. In the meantime, Snakebite trying to get involved in grapple side. Royal 2 here for the defense. The overextension back to flag. Boo Boo Doo Boo going to get knocked down by Royal 2. And as Royal 2 stays up, Sentinel's going to try to use their numbers to rally that flag into a cap.
Hey, the early game now forgotten. Sentinels have it tied up, and they still have the aggression on the map. But finally, Boo Boo Doo Boo is going to be able to provide some much-needed coverage. Dude, I'm so impressed with Lethal, man. It feels like he's in the important fights on the map right now. And, you know, he might not go positive. He might not be, you know, have the flashiest things in the world, but he's taking the important fights. He's where he needs to be at all points in time. And he's being a lot more aggressive than we've seen in the past. Snakebite's a little struggle right there.
He got the kill. That's all that matters. He's got Frosty with him to help as well. Little two-man push up onto Swish here. Can they double up on this fight? Little sandwich for Swish. Not what he was hoping for. Flag going to be rotated through grapple. Snakebite going to lead the charge. Squall he's right in front of the butt of his reticle. Or I guess the butt of his BR. Either way, that flag's still in session, though. Devin here to try to get the return.
Oh my God, Lethal. He's on the last stand. He's last alive. He's trying to get the return. Oh, not able to stay alive. Boo Boo Doo Boo keeps it there.
G1 keeping the flag in place. Swish is still alive. Royal 2 going to try to rotate over to it. Can he get the touch on this? He's got Swish hiding in a corner there. Swish with limited options. Wait, he's grappling up on top of the map. For Devinator, in the meantime, winning big fights, but that return does come in. I don't know what happened to Swish. If he went, is he still out there?
Swish able to stay alive.
What is it? It's like history says that he's still there today. Like years
still
later.
there today. Yeah, he went up high just to dodge grenades, not even wanting to go outside the map, right? And then because he's able to do so, he's able to come back for the reach out. Unfortunately, it costs too much time, and Sentinel's able to get the return and to stop that flag short. But I love this from G1, right? Already getting right back into the base, not letting themselves get phased at all. And who else but Swish staying alive to keep that pressure forward. But was it enough for G1 to complete this counter attack?
Obviously, the flag is moving. It's World 2 looking for a return here in the meantime. Squall not going to be able to get to that one in time, and that leads to Sentinels planting in that second flag. Despite the heat, despite the energy at a G1 off the opening strat, Sentinels, they are finding ways to pull away.
And that's the sort of play that Frosty doesn't necessarily get the love in the general public's eye, right? He sees the numbers on the map and he finds the opening and he gets the job done without shooting his BR. He saw the overcommitment from G1 towards yellow side, decided, hey, I'm gonna counter while there's no one in base and trust my teammates to win the fight. They end up going clutch in the mid map, and it leaves to Frosty having an instant cap at home.
As we say it, though, Boo Boo Doo Boo did get a touch on the flag. He's trying to run it up grapple side. The help of G1 here. A double kill out of Snakebite. Going to thin the odds, though. Squall still up. He's trying to stop the overextension, and that's World 2 trying to get his hands on it. Squall says swipe or no swiping. Going to close the distance. World 2 one shot. Quick cleanup out of him. Got to get back to center map, though. You can see the OS and the skewer about to spawn.
Lethal going right in. And what I love is you saw Lethal take the fight from the perimeter, but what I love to see is how Frosty's swinging in from the middle. We've seen it time and time again from Frosty. He's taking quick routes, shortcuts through the middle to get to quick help and to start finding opening picks for pushes for Sentinels to be successful. I think almost every flag we've seen is because of Frosty and his ability to find the openings on the map.
Fights like that make the difference. And Boo Boo's now last up to stop the flag, but there is no hope for him in doing it. It's 3-1 for Sentinels coming away confidently here. Garrett, you start to wonder, are G1 in trouble? This has been such a fast-paced game of flag, though, right? I was wondering, why is this so crazy? There's no sword in play. I'm wondering if it's that because the sword is no longer picked up, it's GA, that these players feel the confidence to go crazy here.
Yeah, I think not having sword has really sped up this map because before you'd get sword and you'd be able to hide corners and essentially shut down a lane, right? That's not the case anymore. It's a lot more BR on BR fight. And if you're able to get in the right spot, you're able to make such an impact. And once again, it's Frosty getting in the face of G1.
Getting in the face of G1 and making it easy for Snakebite to plant in a fourth flag. Little train being ran here from Sentinels. G1 looking like they're running out of steam just a little bit. They've got time to pull things back, but they need to get things together and do it quickly.
Damage is coming through. I mean, G1, they're spiraling out of control. They started off this game so well. And now, it's everything on the line. They have to get 4 flag caps back to back, but Boo Boo Doo starting his trek. He gets the flag to the halfway point, but there is stiff resistance on the way. Lethal falls and Royal 2 to follow. It looks like Swish can get this one home unless a Frosty goes big.
Frosty once again looking to save the day here. Snakebite waiting for OS. He's not going to pop it, drops it off the edge. It's still up to Frosty to get the stop on the flag, but he's not going to get there in time. G1 with the save and the win of the fight on Grapple's side. They keep this game just a little bit closer, planting the second.
2 flags, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Plenty of time for G1 to work with, and it's Boo Boo Doo who's been the consistent thorn in the side of Sentinels. Always first in that base, always getting that flag out and creating opportunities for his team, and it's Swish who comes in for the cleanup. 2 go down, and it's a flag on its way.
Swish with 2 massive kills. Split spawner. Snakebite out on Grapple's side, though. As he runs that flight, they're going to be aware of it. He does check it. Snakebite now trapped in the corner. Can he be the one to stop this flag? He slowed it down. Gets the kill on the Swish. Little killjoy for it. G1 still has numbers, and Boo Boo Doo with the use of the grapple. What a little rotation out of him. Last fight on the flag, though. They got to stop the overextension.
Royal 2's going to try to play a little bit of stalemate. And it's Lethal who comes out big. It's a 2-on-2 that G1 has to win, and it's Frosty and Lethal working with each other. High ground versus low. Who comes out on top? It's Sentinels, baby.
No matter where you're positioned, at the end of the day, it's a battle of accuracy, and Lethal straight up not missing. Because of that, that looks like a return right next to the goal. That flag being ran. 5th and final flag coming in from Sentinels. Predator line of defense. And try to stop this one in its tracks. Can he stop the skewer? It looks like it does miss, but Frosty here from behind to get the stop. Gonna clean up Boo Boo Doo flying in for the return. Squall Swish, they're still alive. Frosty just trying to hold him off. He'll die. Lethal, can he do it? Oh, can they get a touch?
Swish has to be the hero. He's going in. Return is there. Boo Boo Doo started it, kept that flag alive, and Swish finishes the fight. Flag is returned, and he's on his way for a 3rd one. They need to run fast, and Swish is letting loose on the rosters of Sentinels. He's not missing any shots.
Love the attempt out of Swish. Knew he needed to be involved in fights. What does he do? Repulse his flag out to the center ramp here. Sorry, as that happens, Boo Boo Doo trying to make plays of his own. Unfortunately for Boo Boo, just slightly too late with the OS to come in and make that fight happen. No stylish kills will allow him to pull out that flag. We're back to 50-yard line. G1 not going to let this end early, but the timer now against them.
Yeah, what? You have 80 seconds to win this game, and it's just you can't make up the slates. You can't fake the kills. Right, and that's where Sentinels have dominated thus far. Once again, it's Royal 2 and Frosty who have just been combining for a stellar performance. 44 kills between the 2 of them, and really it's bailed them out of so many spots. And now with only 60 seconds left in the game, G1 are hanging on the ropes.
Similar to the slaying power we saw in the last game, Snakebite now picked up the slack as well. He's got 20 kills to his name. Everybody on Sentinel slaying out to plant that 5th flag in confidently. A 5-2 close, and Sentinels looking damn good in this series.
Frosty finishes that game 21, 12, and 17.
Damn. That is pretty nasty.
It's incredible what he was able to do on that map. by feeling out the setup of G1. So consistently, he found the empty spaces on the map and used that to his advantage, whether it be using the repulse and grapple to get him into the spots and find the important lanes. So often we saw him flying through the middle, and you know, Snakebite and Royal 2 up there on the sleighs. But once again, I feel as if we're seeing a new age Lethal in this tournament. 18, 14, and 15.
15 assists. Wow.
So much more aggressive on the map. You can just tell that he's playing more confident in his game. And you can tell Lethal, he's not one to sit down and take an L. I think he wants a little bit of revenge after what happened in the Super.
Oh, for sure. Definitely looking like he's found his place on the team. Not that he's not always known it, but 15 assists. Lethal's always been known for his ability to assist the roster, and 15 plus the game he had, 13 assists in the previous game as well. They're looking damn good together. A couple highlights from the previous match. Honestly, G1 started with all the force thanks to Boo Boo Doo. Unfortunate, this one didn't quite work out as beautifully as it looked, though, right? Like, what a grapple rotation. 2 kills, picks up the flag in less than 30 seconds in the game. It's a damn sweet way to start. But Sentinel's just taking this very seriously. They're not leaving any openings. And I mean, honestly, we talked about Frosty. Shout out to him. Garrett, what did Frosty do before this series? He hosted LVT. They're taking this damn seriously. They're not streaming this. They are going to win, or their objective, obviously, beat G1, especially after the 3-0 they witnessed in the NA Super.
I think that's priority for them, right? They want to take this competition serious. And I think the one thing that you can take away is that if you host the LVT channel, you end up winning games. I mean, you end up playing your best. Lethal and Frosty have been just incredible. That's why, I mean, everyone from Sentinels has really been playing on their highest level. And it's going to be a tough task for G1 to get back into this game. And if they're going to do it, it has to start on live fire. That's going to be our 3rd game of the series. These teams tied 1-1 in their history when fighting against each other on this map. Both the games ended at 50-43, but the X factor throughout those games was Frosty. He's the guy to look at. He averages a 1.5 on this map against G1. He is an absolute monster, and if G1 wants to win this game, it starts by shutting Frosty down.
Scary statistics to go up against for sure, Garrett. And no doubt Boo Boo can meet the objective. I'm going to be looking to Swish, though. He made some big plays in the previous game. I love some of the rotations, too. The repulsor with the flag to try to save the day there. Let's see if this man can pop off. I know recently he's just gotten out of LASIK surgery as well, but he hasn't looked better. So whatever he's doing, he's doing it right.
Swish needs to be the switchboard, right? We need to see that LASIK swish out here. The swish that we saw during the last Spartan standing. But things looking more of the same. Sentinels wins the fight for the sniper, and it's Lethal who's got it in his hands as he's going on the hunt. And now Sentinels are going to have sniper and position for this overshield.
What a way to start the game. And Lethal with the snipe, by the way. He's been playing nice today. Must be feeling himself. Man with all the responsibility to make a play. Snakebite's already got the OS as well. And hitting the body shots is Lethal here too. When Lethal's hitting shots, considering how strong the rest of the roster is consistently, like, this is just a scary roster to go up against.
Two players just trapped in the back of green, and it's the dynamic duo of Sentinels, right? They're able to coordinate with each other and basically corral, and they're doing it once again. G1 just have no spacing on the map to feel free, and Snakebite's just been playing clean up duty. They make it too easy for him as he injects the venom once again. Snakebite gets away with both the power weapons.
Where's the breathing room? You look at Predevinator's POV, the kill feed, all of his teammates dying. He's just trying to line up a snipe, but multiple pushing up on him. Here's the snipes get lined up by Royal 2. Anyone on the roster picks up a snipe. Royal 2 has it. I mean, I don't think you could put it in the hands of a better player. Already find the damage here. In the meantime, Snakebite and Frosty pushing up, getting aggressive on spawners, making 18. Now 19-7. Royal 2. Oh, where's the target, right? A victim of that one would have been wild.
Oh, Royal 2, he knows where the spawn is, and he wants to get right into the face of G1. Takes down Swish, but cannot survive, but his teammates are quick to follow, and that's what you love about Sentinels. It's the fill, right? It's the next man up. They're so reliable when it comes to getting the help for the teammate.
But can they win this fight? G1 has a numbers advantage for OS. Frosty died on top of it. I don't think he planted it. Snakebite going to try to lock it down, but he's down men here. Squally coming out with the OS. G1 with their first little lease on life in the game. And hopefully something they can snowball. They got some work to do.
It's such a large deficit to overcome, but still plenty of time in this game. But you can see it once again, it's Sentinels. They do not let weak players go, right? They are always going to be in your face cleaning up the one shots. So if G1 wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to get clean wipes. They need to get Sentinels on a spawn trap. If they're not able to do that, then Sentinels will never really give up the trades, right? They're always going to go 1-for-1, and they're just going to make this game too far out of reach.
The worry here as well is just the baiting and switching, the teamwork out of Sentinels to run in twos and kind of find these isolated fights with G1. Make it difficult for them to walk away with any sort of advantage. Predator does have snipe, though. There's a tag on the Royal 2. That'll make him double back. 2 already dead in the feed. Little numbers advantage for Gamers First. Lethal down below. He gets caught. He's now killed. With some space on the map, and Devin with the snipe, Boo Boo with the heat wave. This is what you like to see to make a play.
Now Sentinels, they are stuck at the back of A. Sniper in the hands of G1. What does the push look like for Sentinels? And it's about making your one shots get away. But you see, Royal 2 was ready to chase down Swish, and Snakebite rounded back the other side. And that's just what's so dangerous about Sentinels. But G1 has adapted and has been able to use Swish as that bait tool to get them away from protection and get the kills. This could be the start of the comeback for G1.
The only worry here for G1, this is not the spawn trap I think they were looking for. They spawned them back A. Would have been better to spawn them back green there, keep them away from the OS, but who am I to talk? Devin coming out with a clutch double. That's going to free up some space on the map. Going to drop the heat wave for a teammate because he just, snipes better. Either way, it doesn't matter. Squally coming out with a BR to finish off that kill, and all of a sudden, G1 are back in this game. And a couple little mistakes from Sentinels, and they might find a lead.
Sentinels at one point up by 12. Now just around a slays away from this getting even. Oh my God, Predeminator's on fire. Lethal just survives as the single shot isn't enough to take him down. Squally last alive for G1. He needs to get some value, but no, Snakebite to shut him down.
Devin might have came out with a beautiful haircut with that snipe, but like you said, in the end of the day, Sentinels coming out with the team play, the kills to send G1 back to A. Off a spawn here, 6-kill deficit. Lethal gunning back green. Devin coming up from center map to help G1 get out of the fray here, too. You can see he's getting tagged from behind. Snakebite manning the nest. He's going to get pushed by the entirety of G1, but somehow find 2 kills. That's going to leave Boo Boo by his lonesome. What can he do? Swish now alone back green as well. About to be pinched by the remainder of Sentinels. Royal 2 on the hunt, but Swish not having it. That shutdown is big. They got to make up for 5 kills here, Garrett.
That double kill from Snakebite is the symptom of how Sentinels play. Imagine them as like a boa constrictor on the map. They constrict you. They squeeze the life out of your team. They're going to force you in spots. 2 players take the push towards Snakebite, but they have to take the push while one shot. And it's not enough. 2 BRs can't take down Snakebite when you have 2 flashing players in front of him. He's able to get the clean kills and get this one step closer for Sentinels.
Every time we watch Lethal's POV, he's clutching up a 1v1. Like, it's wild at this point. The most crucial moment to do it is, 45 on the board, 5 kills to close it. G1 need to live up here. They win this OS. They might have a shot. They already got 2 dead in the feed. Gonna leave Lethal behind. There's the OS in the body of Devin. G1, they get aggressive here. They don't get trades. They might actually have a chance. And this is their final opportunity to do so. Oh, no.
Who else but Snakebite to go find the power weapon in this situation, right? Overshield leading the charge for G1 to get back in the game. He prioritizes the noob combo. Get the pea shooter. Make sure the green goo takes down the overshield and stops this comeback short. G1 hanging by a thread.
Boo-Boo-Doo-Boo, the most important player on the map with this heat wave next to Devin. Devin still does have snipe. Squally comes up with a trade, but 49 at this point. G1, they cannot afford to die. Needs to hit the shot into Snakebite pestering him. He dies to Squally, make it 45. Technically, this is winnable, but look at this. Sentinels, they're getting aggressive. Looking for a trade roll, too. He doesn't find it. Make it 46. Slowly but surely, G1 trying to fight back, but a stray nade at a Frosty will shut down Boo Boo and shut down game 3.
The early game, not enough for G1 to overcome. Sentinels, show that you cannot let them have an inch. The second that they get their system in place, they hold on to leads better than anyone else in the league. You cannot let Sentinels get comfortable. There's too much experience. There's too much history with this team. They are known for closing out the series. You have to shut them down from the start. G1 not able to do so. And now finding themselves down 3-0 in the series. Perfect Halo required reverse sweep in a best of 7 series just feels so unlikely.
Definitely. Louis, if possible, if we can double back to that scoreboard, take a look at some of the stats on that one. Snakebite, he had a rough start for Sentinels, but he has leveled up. And now that he has, I think he came out with 18 kills to close that, 5 assists as well. Talked about Lethal, the Pivs that he's been winning, 8 assists to his name, 11-9 going positive in that one. Boo Boo Doo not finding life in that game, though, right? I think something that we expect out of Boo Boo is to come out and be a main slayer. If he's slaying, then G1 are looking good. Boo Boo Doo unfortunately shut down on Live Fire. And I'm going to hope that he comes back in this. I don't want to believe that G1 go out to 4-0 here, Garrett.
No, it's hard to believe. And, well, game 4, it's not in the favor of G1. Last time these two teams met was in the Super, and it was Sentinels who took it 3-2. And Snakebite's really the player to watch out here. You know, we saw him, his ability to main slay, combined with his ability to be so damn efficient in the objective. He averages 105 seconds of hill a game, ranked 6 in the entirety of HCS. And the last time these two teams were here, he had 132 seconds. He's going to be in that hill, and he's a scary player to watch down, right? You cannot really feel comfortable taking the one-on-one fight against Snakebite when you're trying to break those hills.
G1 are going to have to find a way to get comfortable, though, Garrett. This is their final opportunity to do it. And once again, here we are, Lethal, in another moment for him to get a clutch kill, make it a trade with Swish. These opening fights, an important indication of where things might go.
Boo Boo Doo is the key player for G1. When he is successful, they win so often. And the key to victory last time that Sentinels played against G1 was shutting down Boo Boo Doo. You know, he normally sits at a 1.7 on this map. They were able to take him down a notch, take him down to a 1.37. And then able to get his damage down 20%. And if they're able to keep Boo Boo Doo at bay and not let him have the freedom on this map, one of his best maps in rotation, that's how they'll win this game.
Even as you say it, though, Garrett, look at the hill time for the first hill. G1 with a beautiful setup around the hill, and so nice that Boo Boo felt the courage to overextend over to Attic and just do even more damage to the spawners on Sentinels. That hill is just a sliver away from capture, and Swish will do the trick. 1 point already on the board for G1, looking confident at the start of this. And you can know Royal 2 and Lethal trying to work together to shut them down. So that hill 2 isn't a possibility. Make it a triple for Lethal.
Hey, I mean, that was about as perfect as you can start from G1, but it's Lethal who lays down the law. Able to break the hill, the triple kill, and he's well aware of the next spawn, right? And his teammates are going to be there to answer as well. Snakebite checking the A spawns, trying to get as much information for his team. The push is coming. Sentinels is ready, though. Can they withstand the storm? And they do a beautiful job at it. Look at how they're all separated on the map, able to coordinate and collapse. It's a dead hill for Jamers first.
Royal 2 in a very important position on Attic. Just trying to cut off the split spawners. Back PD already finding Boo Boo Doo beautifully. Gonna cut off Squall as well. Not quite able to clean that one up, though. Devin coming out with a kill. Swish with 2 to counter. And that might give G1 time to just break into the hill last second. Snakebite, what does he do? He rotates out of hill. Finds a clutch kill on the Predevinator to even the odds and give Sentinels maybe some time to bounce back into this one before G1 take over.
The only second on hill that matters is the last one. With the settings that we have in King of the Hill, you can get it to 99%. If you don't get that last second, you will not get the point. And being able to steal this one away from Sentinels and get a 2-0 lead is a back-breaking effort. And Swish, with this camouflage lead, looks to finally put that damage in, and he just looks so damn good.
Swish. The kill on the Frosty, then suppressing Royal 2 to bounce out that fight. Thankfully, Snakebite comes in last second, cleans him up. But look at the hill. Boo Boo Doo on top of it. Snakebite doesn't have time. He doesn't have resources to get to it. Can he win the fight with Boo Boo? He cannot. Boo Boo shuts him down, and that's a second hill. Over to G1.
Remember the player we talked about? Who do you have to shut down? It's Boo Boo Doo Boo. And when it came down to the one-on-one, Boo Boo reigned supreme, able to get the hill in a 2-0 lead for Sentinels. A devastating loss on the second hill. Everything went right. It started with the lethal triple kill. They are able to get so much time, but the only second that matters is the last. And G1 open up a 2-0 lead.
Here Sentinels are. They're going to try again. Similar to the previous hill, they have the early setup on top of it. Royal 2 already overextending to Attic as well. You love to see this. It'll spawn them up on C side and force them to run through control as they get peppered by Royal 2. Sitting up in the Attic here. Going to make things very difficult to cross. Boo Boo already dead. Squall slipped underneath. He knows he's there. Man's on the hunt.
You only got, what, one more opportunity really to get this break, and it's Frosty who's just sitting in this hill, and it's going to be a tough one to break. I don't think anyone's going to get there in time. They give up the third, say, hey, we'll get it on the fourth. But it's Snakebite and Frosty who quickly make their way to control. Damn. And Snakebite takes one. Detonator's in the right spot, but not quick enough. And that comes at a huge loss. It makes Swish fall down. And suddenly that control that G1 had is starting to slip away.
Unless Boo Boo Doo Boo can break it. Boo Boo with the camo just shut down a kill. Gonna stay alive in the bottom of the hill, give G1 some time to get back here. I don't know if they know he's here. They're definitely calling it out. Snakebite, he was aware of it. Does he land the stick? He does not. Boo Boo Doo Boo staying up. Back C, giving G1 a chance to break back into this.
Two go down. Sentinels on the respawn. Swish needs to find the kill on Royal 2. Oh my God, Royal 2 gets the value, right? And that's what you need out of your players. It's about what you can earn when the odds are against you. Royal 2 was one shot. He somehow finds the trade, and it prevents G1 from getting valuable hill time right away.
Look at the position of Swish in this situation. Up on Attic. So important for this hill to get that crossfire in. Swish does die, though, as I say it. He gets a shutdown for just a second. It gives G1 some leeway to get some more time here. One of the scrappiest hills on the map right here. Of course, a total nade trap. Boo Boo Doo Boo going to get some temporary time, but if he's in trouble, yeah, he'd slip out. He's got a repulsor to work with just in case. The entirety of Sentinels looking to get involved here, and Boo Boo taking height.
Oh, he's going to be able to find Snakebite too. Keeps him weak in the hill. What's so valuable on this hill is not only having control of the back hill, you know, having that sword control. It's about getting into glass at the same time. Right. You essentially want a straight line on the map, right? You want to force them to fight through either control or batteries. If you're able to do that, it's a lot easier to hold this hill, and that's why you're seeing Frosty really start to make this push towards grapple.
Frosty and Lethal working together to try to secure that line that you're talking about. Though Devin does shut down too. That's going to open things up. Royal 2 going to be forced to back down, get away from the hill. 3 minutes on the clock here. Camo picked up by Devin. And that might give G1 a chance to break in. Swish already has a kill. Spawners up on C-Plat. Did they get the numbers to close this one out? Royal 2. Does he find a trade on this? Devin gonna play his life scarce, make it impossible to go down here.
And that entire time, Boo Boo Doo Boo has been sitting in glass. He knows the job, right? He said, hey, we can't give up this spawn, and it's forcing the A spawns for Sentinels. They're gonna have to fight through control, and it's Predevator who's controlling the lane with camouflage. This is how you capture hills. Lethal has to go big in the bottom of pit to stop this hill, and I don't think he's gonna be able to do so. A 3-1 lead for Gamers First. It came down to the slaves, but most importantly, it came down to Boo Boo Doo Boo controlling the spawns of the map.
G1 are 0-3 in this series. This could be the final game. And I want to say could have been the final game because they are so close to closing it out. And for a second there, Garrett, I thought we might have doubted them. G1 might still have a shot. And hopefully I don't cast or curse it. But they got the setup for the hill. They got Devin up on top A. Best spot you can have to ensure there's no flank here.
The fight for A is what's most important. You can see how many resources both teams are putting into this fight. A control dictates this hill. It's about having the ability to refill in the fight. If you have A control, even if you go down, your teammates are going to spawn just meters away from the hill and have the ability to get back into the fight. And you will eventually out-resource your opponent. So what you're going to notice is Sentinels, they have to get the Slays first, and then they're going to collapse in towards A and try to break these spawns.
Slow and steady out of Sentinels, assuming they kill Devin and Boobu. Look at the tag team here, back A, trying to work together. Boobu's die. Devinator one shot, tries to close the distance, cannot successfully do so. That's going to give Snakebite access to the hill. He's already got a teammate up on A to get the same cross we saw at a G1. Look at G1 now. They're forced to make a rotation through C. Lethal with a setup over on glass. Going to make it very difficult to break in. The only hope is that Swish finds a way to sneak by.
Camo's going to be an important play right here. If he can get the right timing, he can break the A spawns. But it's Royal 2 on the cross. He takes down Camo. Swish shut down short. And that means Snakebite has control of A still. And these two spawners are going to be right back into the fight immediately. As you see, Lethal gets the pipe spawn. And they're going to be able to refill this hill and keep control of the map.
Snakebite locks down Boobu. Still trying to hold down Elevator. Such an important anchor point for this hill. He's getting tagged left and right, though. Royal 2 gets the kill on Devin. Can he find a way to finesse Squall A? He will not. Squall A gets the kill. G1. That's a nice little round to slay some space on the map. Lethal off a spawn, though. Pivotal kill for Lethal to close down the numbers just a little bit, but you can see they do have the setup, or they're trying to form the setup they're looking for. Snakebite and Sentinels very quick off the break to get back to it.
Swish needs to take this fight. He is able to get Lethal, but Royal 2, once again, it's about the fill for Sentinels, right? It's about being able to clean up the one-shots, and Royal 2 is doing his best job to survive, but it's not enough. G1 is going to be able to stop that for now.
Yeah.
And this hill, I mean, you can see how much effort it takes. You know, we talk about that fourth hill being the Mixie hill down in the control room, but
this might be it.
This hill in Turbine, man, it can feel impossible to break.
Especially with less than a minute on the clock. G1 know exactly what they're doing. They're not even going to go for the cap anymore. They're going to bleed them for time. Focus on slays, make it difficult for Sentinels to get any semblance of control here. Little two-man push-up at the elevator. That deletes Frosty. Snake by Royal 2. He's in position for a trade. But Boo Boo Doo still alive. Back elevator. Oh, doesn't find it, though. We need to see perfect play out of Sentinels at this point if they want any shot at victory. And who else but Royal 2 to be the one to hold it down?
Just every second that G1's able to keep Sentinels out of the hill is one step closer to victory for them. Only 37 seconds on the game clock. And even if this hill goes to Sentinels, they still have to capture the next. And that's an opportunity that G1 cannot let slip by. Do not get in this hill. Keep Sentinels on the respawn screen. Get control of the map and force them to fight through the map to get towards this hill.
Sentinels forced to plant a body in the hill at all times. Lethal Royal 2 clutch kills, though. That opens things up a little bit. They might find success on this one. They'll have less than 30 seconds on the clock to close out the next to bring us to a tie. G1 know that. They might decide to cut their losses on this. No chance they're going to break into the hill, so Sentinels do find their way to 2. That hill's going to be bottom mid. You thought Whirlpool was a bloodbath. This one might be crazy, Garrett.
But G1 set up for the spawns at first, right? They have A and C control. And it's going to be up to Swish. He needs to win this fight versus Royal 2. It's the big one. Oh. It's for all that's it. No. Royal 2 with the perfect kill goes clutch in the biggest moment of the game, but the time is slipping away. Less than 10 seconds for Sentinels to work with.
Sentinels looking to clutch here. They're stuck on 7 right now, sitting on the hill. They got to get back to it, though. Less than 5 seconds to get there. World 2's not in position to do it. Final seconds ticking away, and no bodies are in the hill to stop the timer. G1, they'll find their first game in the series.
G1 survive against Sentinels. They're able to bleed the time away and win that game, showing you how pivotal it is to get a 2-hill lead in King of the Hill, especially on recharge. It gives you so much more mobility on the map. You don't have to worry about the objective, and they're able to win. But when we look at the stats of Sentinels, it's a scary story. Royal 2 plus 10, 27 and 17. Wow. But what I really want to hone in Frosty is that assist column. The way that Sentinels has been helping each other in the fights. It's a scary combination, especially when your next map is oddball on streets. It's all about the help, and Sentinels, they have it in spades.
They definitely do, but G1 find the advantages there, right? And it started with perfect coordination around that first hill. A clutch on the second hill gave them some space and leeway to hold on to the lead for the rest of the game. I think a big part of that was also shutting down Frosty a bit as well. And I agree with you that the assists were immaculate. Well, by the way, Lethal, I didn't even get to fully call it the beauty that was that triple. But Frosty with a lower slays than you expect, right? He had 15 assists, but he was taking a lot of damage. Going back to that damage stat, Frosty, I think, had about 7K damage, the most in the lobby. It just goes to show how much he was taking fire in that game. G1 had a lock on him, and honestly, if you lock down anyone on Sentinels, I think Frosty might be the best player to shut down, to really close out their game plan.
Yeah, and I talked about the next map, right? But I just took a look at the stat sheet that was provided to me from Mr. Snow. And let me say, folks, buckle in. Last time we saw these two teams, it was at the Super. G1 won the map, 276 to 274 in a 2-1 victory. The game was the longest game in the entire Super, lasting 21 minutes.
Damn. That's oddball for you.
These teams are going to battle it out. This is not going to be a team rolling over and letting this one go. Expect a 2-1 win for either of these teams, and expect it to be a long and hard-fought victory.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Garrett. Give me more Halo, damn it. Let's see G1 make a comeback here. Let's see if we get to a Game 7. I'm down for a show either way. No doubt Sentinels are coming out with a force in this one. And with Streets, I mean, what a map to find some big plays. Garrett, we're back here. We've got rockets to work with. Shotgun, Stalker, Thrust on the map. Probably one of my favorite battlegrounds.
I mean, it's such... This reminds me of classic Halo maps, even though, you know, it's...
What? Really?
It's so... Yeah, because of how small this map is.
Okay.
You know, and that's where it's like, it's deceptively old school to me. You know, it feels as if you're taking the remix of, you know, the small condensed battle maps of Halo 2 and combining it with the elevation fighting that we saw in Halo 5. And that's what I love about this map. And when you combine it with the power weapons, you see a lot of high flying action. Expect to see the shotgun, the stalker, the rockets being put to use. The thrust going to be ever so important in the one-on-one fights. And spawn control is going to be manipulated time and time again. It's so easy on this map to control where the spawns are happening and to have your reticle on the spawner.
That's really it. Spawn control in the end of the day. A map of this size, so close quarters, you can lock down the spawns, keep that snowball in your favor. And one player who might be able to do it is Lethal. But here we are, Game 5 in our series. A chance for G1 to hold on or for Sentinels to shut things down, unless Devin has something to say about it.
Hey, this is perfect start for G1. I mean, it's 4 down for Sentinels, all of them on the respawn. You still have a rocket to use. You have the ball as far away as possible. Talk about getting it as perfect as you can get it. Now it's time to execute on the counter push from Sentinels. And so far, the bucket rocket's not a great start, but Predavinator and Squall make up for it.
Yeah, still gets the kill. Devin still staying alive back A. As long as they got their numbers, they can convert this into another setup. They got to deal with Snakebite, though. A little flank out of him. Devin does get the melee to finish it. Lethal, though, coming out with the kill for the trade. Sentinels slowly but surely winning their fights to earn back A and maybe earn a setup of their own.
And although the fight goes to Sentinels at the back of A, see, G1 was trying to get right back into that fight, but Sentinels win it, and now they have the ability to prevent the push. Look at Snakebite right here. If Swish doesn't check his corner, this could be a big loss.
Oh, he's kind of checking. Does he know, though? He does. Oh, he's peeking out. Oh, no! Snakebite, oh, she still dies. And I like the attention to detail out of Snakebite to go just a little bit further to trip him up. But it didn't quite work out. Ball in flux. Squall A, he collects it. Gonna bring it back to A, and G1 working together to shut down Sentinels.
Man, Swish with a little jiggle. It wasn't even like really intentional, but the jiggle,
maybe it
catches Snakebite, and well, it leaves the ball control going back to G1, but look how Sentinels has been able to consistently leak through the setup of G1. Oh my God, Frosty. He got 3!
Oh,
a one-man army at B!
Plays like that open things up, and Lethal gets away with a free rocket launcher to rain down fire. There goes Squall A, Snakebite dead, but Lethal looking for more. I think the rocket fired out, but he died. Nobody on G1 did off that one. World 2, Frosty still up, gonna try to even the odds. G1 still holding it down, though.
Boo Boo do. He has a great opportunity to get a rotate here. It's Lethal who's trying to shut it down. Squally needs to open up the rotation. He's to win this fight. Lethal is going to be able to stay alive, and it's going to force a fight throughout the middle map.
Just bobbing and weaving, right? Dodging stray nades flying at him. Finally, the ball does make it up to mid-map, though. We might see a C setup for the first time here. Lethal going to try to collect it. G1 in hot pursuit. Frosty, a line of defense. He's got to be tricky to kill here. He's got a shotgun to work with, force some close quarters, switch the first competitor. Not enough health to stop the man on the challenge. And Switch stays alive. G1 slowly but surely, they might break this. Oh, the rotation.
Oh, wow. Beautiful job by Royal too. I mean, he was basically last alive, and he's going to be able to pull that ball further and further away from G1. Wow. And he retakes the fight, wins it, and somehow gifted a new setup from the ashes of C. They move to A and have a brand new hold, and G1 scrambling to get back into the action.
Just a galaxy brain play at a Royal 2. Notices the moment to rotate it back. I think they got PD spawns because of that move he made. He made an easy setup out of a situation that could have been the complete opposite. G1 working to fight back, though. Devin looking for a kill here, too. Swish there to help him out. And very quickly, G1 find advances on the ball once again. And you know what, Garrett, thinking back to the stat you brought up, you said, what 21-minute game it was? I'm starting to understand why it was a 21-minute game. We're running out of time, or sorry, we got 3 minutes on the timer, but it's a nail-biter, dead even. Spanker coming up here, these teams so evenly matched.
I mean, this is just, it reminds me of a boxing match, you know.
Yeah.
This is a game that's going to come down to decision, and the rounds are going to be close. It's about who can win in the margins, who can get the pivotal wins when they count. And so far, I mean, what we've seen, it's been Sentinels who have gotten more time from unexpected scenarios, right? Royal 2 pushing that ball away at the last second, getting the rotation through, getting unexpected breaks. And I mean, oh my God, Switch just blocked the rocket with the drop shield.
That was finesse. Oh, but what happened? Snakebite gets revenge just a couple seconds later. There you go, the opening for Frosty. Collects the ball, brings it back to A. Sentinels looking for a hold of their own. Drops it to Snakebite. Looks like Frosty has a defensive game plan to set up here.
Frosty tries to get away. Frosty has a big opportunity here, right? Players to his left and right, and a shotgun that can bark. But these players move away too far, and suddenly Frosty, he's just trying to find his way back into the battle. He needs to win the fight.
Such an important live out of Frosty. Man was at odds, right? The full team of G1 pushed through B, and he found a way to stay alive, stay in this. G1 did collect ball. They're rotating it through, though. They have a lead once again, trying to get a C setup. Frosty on the hunt here. Takes Squall A with the last shot. To watch out for Boo Boo, though. Was it Swish? I think Swish picked him up around the wall here. Boo Boo with a turn and burn. Onto, I believe, Lethal. Or was Royal 2? Either way, Gamers First pulling away here.
15 seconds. Sentinels have to get back into this fight, and Swish, he has the Bulldog, and Lethal's gonna feel the hurt. First one to go down. Only 9 seconds for Sentinels to make something happen. I don't think they have enough time. Royal 2's trying to get into the action. Boo Boo Doo gets one more. Frosty's last alive. He'll get the kill, but it's not enough. The ball will rotate, and round 1 goes to Gamers First.
What a battle that was, Garrett. A long-winded round won by Gamers First in the end of it. And so many immaculate plays, I think, on both sides, though, right? Sentinel's doing a great job breaking setups, finding rotations. Royal 2 with that play to bring it back to A to flip the tides on the game, but it just wasn't enough. Here we are, the final round, potentially. G1 still on the reversal grind here, and what an opening strat to do it.
Wow, I mean, where we've seen the advantage for G1 is in the open, right? Round 1, it was a clean 4 down for Gamers First. Round 2, it's essentially the same. They only need to take one player that goes down. Sentinels go 4, and you're seeing a first seconds of ball time go to Gamers First alongside the power weapons.
Frosty still finding a way to make plays, though. Got to double up with a teammate. Man's one shot. Devin peeking out for him. Somehow Frosty getting shield. Split second before the bullet hits. And finds Boo Boo as well. The mileage off this life. Multiple drop in here. Sentinels coming out with numbers. Despite the opening strat at a G1, looks like Sen might be the one with the ball.
Able to get this one through. Lethal is an important player, but he's just not going to be able to survive. And although Sentinels got that ball away. It's only a matter of time before the onslaught of G1 players come for their ball.
Swaley's got to be careful, though. He's running it up mid. Two of his teammates already dead. About to be pinched. He can find a trade. Might be something, but he won't find anything. Finds a black screen. Frosty with coverage on B-Rail, just anticipating the flank. Royal 2, guard in the door. Lethal already advanced position in the arcade. Sentinels with a lock on the map with this setup, and G1 just caught in the center of it.
It's the rotations that have just been so beautiful from Sentinels. I mean, they're ready to go in any direction that they need to. Snakebite and Lethal have to play big. Oh no, Snakebite not able to get around that corner, and that might provide enough opportunity for G1 to get this break.
Frosty needs kills first, or his death. Rough spot to be in. Royal 2 here to pick up the slack. Snakebite nearby, rockets popping up. They need to hold their numbers. Devin knows it, suppressing from center map. Swish with a little flank rotation. Squale, Royal 2, they trade, but Booba Doobu comes out with the rocks. Man with a playmaking opportunity. There goes Frosty. Ball in their hands. Actually, where did the ball go? Did it reset? It reset from not getting picked up. And that's a little timing delay that might make it difficult to get a guaranteed hold here. A Booba Doobu.
Oh my God.
Finding Hail Mary rockets in the meantime.
Oh, Rocket Marys. Wow. So we see the push. Squale, no, Frosty not able to go down and gets around that corner. And now Squale feels the hurt. Royal 2 gets the cleanup.
So many big individual plays, just creating gaps, creating opportunities for their team here. G1 doing everything they can to hold on to their lives in this series. Frosty making it very difficult to do so. Finds a kill. Snakebite staying up. Squale in a fight over on A. Looks like he's just trying to get back to ball. He's got to watch out for the pinch here, though. He's in the middle of it all.
Sentinels get the ball away. G1. They have a quick lane to get through, but I mean, look, it's how Sentinels traps you. They give up a lane, but they have everyone trained on that single lane, and it feels as if you can push through. But by the time you get to your destination, the only reward that's there is 3 BRs from Sentinels that take you down in half a second.
Send coordinating, but as we say it, look at the answer from G1. 2 dead. Booba with a pass to the ball. Takes it down the driveway, Devin. A line of defense. Lethal trying to close the gap. Not quite able to do it. With Squale there to help. G1 doubling up with numbers. Trying to hold a lock on this ball while they have it. All down to Swish to hit shots with the Stalker. Slowly but surely losing numbers, though. Sentinels starting to thin out the ranks. Booba now dead. Swish going to be by his lonesome in just a second. And will they be able to get the rockets? Sentinels with perfect positioning. PD spawners, though. Squale spawning a back map. He might have a chance to contest rockets here.
It's Royal 2 and Frosty that matter right here. And Squale was wise to take the expanded route, but Royal 2 and Frosty were ready for it. And Royal 2, that's a man that doesn't like to leave food on the plate. He gets a little bit punished right there, but that's when you know a man is ultra confident in his shot. Royal 2 had no business taking that challenge. He took it anyway. And all you know, that might work out half the time, but it's a big punish when it doesn't. G1 gets the ball.
Right, and I like that you pointed out the rotation from Squale, though, because any other player might have ran down mid and took the fight with Royal 2, and that would have been a 50-50, but rotating to Cafe created Cafe spawners, and now it was a team play. Royal 2 was overwhelmed. Devin now has the rockets to work with this. They got to set up on lock. Gonna plant one over to Royal 2. There's a bomber medal for it. And all of a sudden, G1 looking to get to the last links of this game. Squale just posted up on the balcony while they do it.
Lead change after lead change is what we're seeing. It's the back and forth battle between these two, and G1, they have the upper hand for now, but you see the push from Sentinel starting to form, but it's Boo-Boo Doo-Boo in the power position that's shutting it down.
Consistent shutdowns here, left, right, center. Royal 2 gonna get tagged by Nate. Goes down in a trade. Swish still staying up. He's got the weapons to hold on to, but not a teammate in sight to help him out. There's Devin down below. Does find the kill. It's just the trades back and forth as G1 just scrambled to try to keep the lead they have. And the ball resets once again, right? Yeah. Honestly, probably good for G1 in that situation, though.
Yeah, G1 able to keep him off ball. It comes out a huge benefit for G1. They spawn towards Cafe. They have ball right away. It's only 10 more seconds.
Said needed to touch on that ball because they didn't. That might be their main.
Did he just kill himself with his own fastball?
I don't know. He might have naded himself. Squale picks up ball. Frosty rotating through center map. Kills Boo-Boo. My God, but he's dead. Rockets now up. Lethal will get to him. Devin has him. Lethal dead. Oh, what? I thought they buffed the Rockets.
Oh, no.
Doesn't matter. That's a game, by the way. My God. G1, what a clutch series of plays to close that one out.
It's the back and forth that gets me, though. There was no one clear victor throughout either of those rounds. It came down to the wire. Who got control at the end? And G1, I think it all came down to that ball reset because Sentinels did the work. Yeah. They got that reset. I think they got the break, and then right before they can get the ball, the reset happens in G1. Well, they're already spawning at Cafe. They're well positioned. They get the ball. Sentinels has to push back through the map, and it's too much to overcome.
By the way, Garrett, I know chat's been asking about damage. You guys love your damage. Here's your damage. Read them and weep. And for the record, look at Devin. As far as damage goes, 7,611. The man popping off, a shining star on the board here. No doubt G1 so tenacious in that game, though. Like you said, Sentinels broke the setup. The ball was on the floor, but why didn't they pick it up? Devin was on top of it. Same with Swish. They play their lives so well, and it led to a ball reset, and it gave them an opportunity. So G1, I mean, they're fighting tooth and nail. At one point, with the energy we saw from Sentinels coming out with a 3-0, Garrett, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't doubt them at one point. Now G1 have made this a series.
Well, we're going into Game 6. It's going to be Aquarius Flag. And, I think everyone's been enjoying the stats by Mr. Snow about, all the past history between these two teams. And, it's no more fitting to go into Game 6 to go into the unknown. These teams have never played against each other on Aquarius Flag. Wow. This is going, I think this might determine the series. I mean, it's going to be a tough one for either of these teams, and there's no history to look back upon. This is the first time these teams have played against each other in a tournament setting on this map. And I can't tell you who comes out on top, because what we saw in that game was like G1, they won 2-0. They played better. But what's concerning to me is with how heavily they outslayed and outdamaged. That game was awfully close.
True, it was close. It definitely outdamaged. I don't know, when it comes to Aquarius CTF, it's your kind of your bread and butter game type of Halo Infinite. I almost want to lean to Sentinels just off of the EXP they definitely have, playing all the top teams in the league. The time they've spent together as a roster out times any other roster in the history of Halo esports. I think just the experience they have. Of course, G1 does have some EXP under their belt, but the pickup of Boo Boo is still somewhat recent, and one of the biggest reasons why I think they've come together so confidently. But no doubt there's going to be comfort on both sides when it comes to Aqua CTF. I just can't wait to see it.
Yeah, if Catalyst was any indicator, it's going to be fast. There was really no time to breathe when we were on Catalyst. We think that was more of a symptom of there not being the sword on the map, but it just shows you how aggressive these teams are. They're not going to be one that pace themselves and try to get the angles, get the setup, then pull. They're going to look for numbers at all points in time, and if they think they have an inch of advantage, they'll try to stretch it as far as it can possibly go. Look to see a ton of flag grabs and trying to catch the enemy by surprise.
Can't wait to see it, Garrett. Even just a peek into the future, we got a Recharge Slayer come. If we get there, of course, this might be the final match in the tournament, but Recharge Slayer without a sword should be very interesting as well. Either way, one thing at a time here. Aqua CTF. Everyone knows this map, this game type well. Straight up symmetrical combat, thrust out front center, camo up top mid, heat wave, shocks to work with. Everything goes on this map. Just don't drop your weapons unless you're dropping them for a mate.
It's time. It's BRs. This is about as classic Halo as you can get. There really isn't much to fight for except for position on this map. Heatwave is obviously going to have its impacts. Camo spawns up every 2 minutes. But what matters most is the way that your BRs fight with each other.
Let me see those BRs fight. Garrett, there we go. Let them burr. Swish already down for the count. Frosty coming out hot off the rip here. Lethal already top mid to pick up camo, and with a couple opening slays and Frosty's positioning, that might lead to an early pull, but the kill feed says otherwise, right? 2 died on G1. They found a little answer to recreate the same story.
Oh, Squall A survives in the back, and that opens up a flagpole. And remember, it's about having an opportunity, and that's what G1 just saw. They're able to get to that back base. They're pulling out their own flag, but it's the counter push from Sentinels. They won the camo off start, and it's up to Lethal to stop Boo Boo Doo in his tracks.
And stop him, he will. Can he stop Squall A as well? He will not. Nice melee clutch at a Squall A to stop that kill, but the return comes in for Snakebite. Flag out front for Gamers First. Snakebite already still getting aggressive here, looking for Devin as well. Close the gap. Leads to a trade and a lot of mileage off that life, but not enough to keep the flag in session. Swish with a clutch return. Royal 2 with good positioning to try again.
Start to see the push for Sentinels. They're trying to get themselves into that back base, and you can see how G1, they're all crowded. And as one falls, the rest will follow. Frosty coming in. He has 2 one-shots, but somehow G1 survive.
G1 pulling up all the defenses here. Lethal Royal 2 with the pinch to stop him. Kills come in, Royal 2 looking for the flag, but look at Swish bottom mid.
Wow.
You shall not pass, the man says. Looking like
I mean, such a smart play, right? Yeah. I mean, Swish, he comes off spawn. He's the first one off spawn. And he's counting that the last player is going to try to curbside that flag out. He gets right in the perfect spot, stops Royal 2 in his tracks, and gives time for his teammates to come back to their base, win control once again, and get this back to even.
Swish still making plays, by the way. Nice little counter nade on the Frosty, gets the kill on him. That opens up the camo pickup, I think, for maybe Boo Boo. Yeah, Boo Boo's still up on the map. Not sure who it was, just slipped away with camo there. Either way, it looks like Sen now forced to play defense. Swish with the Nikes on. He's running out base, tosses the flag. He goes down. Lethal with 2, or sorry, yeah, it was Lethal. I believe Frosty's still up in the base. Do they have the numbers to get the return?
And there gets a shot through. Did I say contested? Oh, no. Okay, that's... Sorry. I'm lost myself for a second, but we do see the return come in, and Boo Boo Doo Boo with the heat wave is going to be the player to watch out for. If he can get the opening damage for his team, this could be a flag cap, but it's Royal 2 and Frosty who are already on the counter push.
Man looking like Boo Boo Dippity Doo Boo out here with the moves, Garrett. Just kind of sliding left and right. He's going to take the flag out through util, though. We'll see how far he gets with it. Leaves it behind for now. Needs slays. Frosty, other side of the map, gets a counter pull. 2 dead, I believe, on the side of Sen. Frosty in an important position to counter the flag. Lethal, he's dead down bottom mid, so Frosty's plays even more important here as he stays alive bottom car. Squall A picks him off. Flag still in session. Swish with the rally. For Devastator going to try to lock things down with defense. Can they get that flag through the door? Royal 2, he's not quite in position to stop it. It's Squall A with 2 big kills to shut him down. G1, they might be in the clear.
Big Squall coming back big. 13-4 to start this game, and he is the tip of the spear. He is consistently getting in the face of Sentinels, and it's the big kills that he gets that open the opportunity. The floodgates are open. Sentinels is on their back foot. The flag is on its way. Boo Boo Doo Boo's trying to keep them at base. Switch comes up. Frosty, last line of defense.
G1 are hungry. They want 2 flags in one go. Frosty, a line of defense, like you said, to shut it down. He's on top of the flag. Nobody's here in time to stop it. Frosty, a clutch double kill. He shuts it down. He stabilizes things for Sentinels, but only for now. Can they turn this into a counter play, though? Snakebite top mid with camo. Push in session, pinch in. Overextension from Swish, though. Sorry, up on pink. Gonna drop Snakebite off his pedestal. He's forced to stay alive. He's out of combat while the defense comes in from G1. Royal 2 getting shut down because of it. G1, they're finding ways to pick them apart.
Snakebite's in. There's so many players from G1. I mean, they're just trying to work in tandem, and it costs 1, but they're able to take down the camo, and I think that's enough for G1 to feel comfortable. They're going to start to try to make their way out of the base.
Trades coming out here from base. Up to Frosty and Royal 2. Still up, still with positioning. Snakebite here to join him. Devin already gets 1. Nice little slide at a Snakebite. Gonna slide right past the door, but the thrust doesn't keep him up. Devin with a clutch save once again. Swish here back base still. Pressure still coming up from Sentinels. Is it enough to get the flag out, though? Slowly but surely, G1 finding wins in their fights.
It's an iron wall from G1 that's been so impressive to me, right? It's the way that they play defense at the back base. They've been able to keep Sentinels at bay, and now it's a counter cap that's on the way. Boom, 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 putting the second on the board.
G1 not only locking things down with defense, Boo Boo Doo with a sneaky play, an overextension through the base, pulls a flag, gets a second one on the board, and Sentinel's reeling all of a sudden. Look at Boo Boo Doo, where is he? He's already back in the base again.
He's lurking. He's looking for another opportunity, and this is what G1 does, right? They're trying to get themselves in a spot to take advantage of opportunity. And this is the opportunity that they've been looking for. They're able to get 2 down, but Frosty and Royal 2 recover. They are able to find Boo Boo Doo Boo. They took down the most forward player from G1, and it's going to give Sentinels an opportunity to potentially get this flag back.
Swish with the moves. Doesn't stay alive with camo, though. Royal 2 on top of flag. Still trying to run it. Bottom mid. Rough spot to have it, though, right at 8 trap. G1 gonna make it very difficult for Sen to pick that one up again. Boo Boo Squall still up. Squall trying to overextend. Boo Boo up on top pink to get a shutdown of the flag. Beautiful nade to do it, but Snakebite. Little thrust backwards, trying to stay alive. Boo Boo has to do the same. Royal 2 with a spawn on Fridge. Might be able to push up and shut this down.
That flag's still alive, and I mean, it was a journey for this flag, but it's knocking at home. But G1 got the kills when they matter most. Swish not able to get to that flag in time. And with Royal 2 on the flank behind Boo Boo Doo Boo and Squall A, it looks unlikely for this return to come in. These two need to go big. They both fall.
Sentinel's gonna plant in a flag. Finally, 5 minutes on the clock as well. But they found their footing in the series. They're back in this. One more flag and anything goes here. And G1, they're gonna have to lock things down to ensure that doesn't happen.
Does the momentum shift? Sentinels trying to keep G1 at bay. Oh my, lethal lift, but it wasn't enough. Snakebite comes through. He's able to get one, and I love that from Snakebite, right? He has that player weak. He knows he does. He's gonna try to take a different approach. Can he get the 2? No. Boo Boo Doo Boo shuts it down. Double for him, and now the flag and the base is open. And Boo Boo Doo Boo is looking for an opportunity, but Lethal's the one lurking at the back of G1.
Boo Boo making plays, though. He pulled the flag. Lethal might have to do the same. He's been committed. He's been found. Predevinator shuts him down. That flag's still moving through car. Camo up as well. Squall A in position for that. They'll fight for it, but Boo Boo in the last links with this flag. Sentinels are in position to stop it. They're not. There's nothing they can do to shut that down. They'll have to fight for a counter. Less than 4 minutes on the clock to do it. Royal 2 just barely slipping out with camo. That might be an opportunity to mount some sort of a comeback.
But they have to fight through the iron wall of G1. Yeah. It's the defense that's always held strong for them. And Royal 2 knows what the deal is. You can't be exposed for too long. He had to back out and wait for another opportunity.
All these plays back and forth, you're starting to wonder, how is it that G1 are defending as confidently as they are, Garrett? And just looking at the scoreboard, I mean, look at Squall A in this one. 26 kills. Far and away the leading slayer in this game. Man hit a clutch double to get the first flag. Part of the reason why they capped 2 in a row. And where's Squall A now? He's in their base. Squall A is flanked to the other side of the map. He's pulled a flag, and that's going to disrupt everything for Sentinels trying to get to the other side.
It's the holes in the defense that have come back to fight Sentinels. They're letting G1 leak through too often. And although it's not effective every time, it's effective enough for G1. They've been able to capture 3 flags. 2 of them have been off counter push opportunities where players like Boo Boo Doo Boo, Squall A, and Predevinator have found their way behind enemy lines and have kept an opportunity for flags. And well, Frosty's trying to do his best to keep this flag alive for his team, but Predevinator ready to fight.
Like we said, it's happening again. Return is coming in, though. Sentinel's going to stave that one off for now. Devin coming out with a trade to stop this flag. It distracts and Swish. Look where he is. Another overextension here out of G1, forcing Sentinels to respect it. Flag still moving, though. They're going to joust this one. Fight fire with fire. Squall A, when it matters most, though, expect him to win pips.
Fight comes through. Both flags are out in the open. And Swish has the power position. Lethal gets the touch, but it's Swish who gets the double. Snakebite needs to be quick with the flag. Can he get it in time? It's a race to the point.
Then they broke through. Little battle of attrition. Sen not giving up. They break through, find their second flag. That was a camo on the floor. Boo sees it. Little twirl as he tosses the flag out, goes back for camo, picks it up. Gonna find Frosty here too. Frosty looking for him. This play out of Boo. Back-breaking play out of Boo here. Flag moving. Double kill for Boo to shut down Spawner. Snakebite out the window. He's got no choice. And Boo locking it down. Boo with the over. That flag is moving. That's gonna be a GG.
Boo Doo, the greatest camo player to ever do it, makes the impact play and might have just secured a Game 7 for G1.
Oh. That is just good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo. My God. What a clutch play out of G1. You can't do anything. You can, in a minute, it might be impossible for Sentinels to bounce back on that. They're going to find his trade mid-map. Lethal, they got no choice. They got to get their butts in the hill and the flag, pull it, and cap 2. It's just not happening.
It's impossible. I mean, how can you get it done? I've never seen a miracle of 2 flags in 30 seconds. We're going to Game 7. Reverse sweep. It's on the table. G1 are looking unbelievable.
It's reverse sweep, but a reverse sweep in brutal fashion. Like, you wouldn't have expected this. You wouldn't have expected this confidence. Look at the scoreline, by the way. What we do, we're trying to find a clutch fight, but Squall with 33 kills. What the heck did he eat before this series? What's going on? GA Squall.
Yeah, for real. Get this man off the map. I mean, he started the game 15-5.
Damn.
He's unbelievable and so important to their success. And boys, Game 7 Money Tuesday. We need one thing, Shyway, from everyone in chat. Get on the socials. Go tell everyone what's about to happen. Game 7 is on the horizon. G1 is trying to reverse sweep. We're at 1480 viewers right now. Let's pump that number up. We need the entire Halo community in this stream to witness this final game. And we also need to see that amount on the bottom of your screen go up. And there is one easy way for that to happen. It's called the sponsor quest. Go to the Matcherino website, and for absolutely no cost to you, you can visit websites. You can go follow a Twitter, and you can donate up to $2 for absolutely free to this prize pool. Let's light this thing up. There's 1,500 of us right now. If every single one of us did this, we could add $3,000 to the prize pool. I'm going to spam it in chat. Go check it out. Matcherino is an incredible website, but go help the prize pool. And if you want to do more, you can do more. You can donate out of your own pocket and get this prize pool as high as it can possibly be. That being said, let's take a look at some replays. And there's one that I have on the forefront of my mind, Shyway. Boo Doo camo overkill to secure the win.
You know I want to watch that again, Garrett. And I'm just going to have to agree with you as far as let's light this thing up, by the way. LVT looking to break records out here, and this is a record-breaking series. Like, my God. Game 7. Who would have predicted this? Here's the play, by the way. Boo with a pickup on camo finds the whole team. Frosty looked like he was looking for him. Didn't see it. Comes down. He's got no choice, I guess, but to try to get the stop on the flag. Boo turns that into 2. Snakebite diving out the window. He's trying to stop the flag as well. Nobody's noticing Boo, the slippery snake he is, finding 4 kills to shut that one down. And honestly, he didn't even need it, right? They were already winning that thing. But just unbelievable recognition at a Boo Doo off 1 camo pickup to just weave through all of that and make a play.
I mean, it just was the back-breaking play from the whole series. I mean, but let's bring it back just a little. I want to go back to the beginning of this one because this overkill is just so important to the team. And it all starts with Boo Boo Doo staying alive. Remember, it starts here, right? Boo Boo Doo, he's a forward. There's 3 players in this back base. He gets the flag out, spots the camo, right? And this is where he makes the play. I believe Snakebite had it. He was running the flag, and he couldn't afford to pop it because they needed to get the flag in. And that opportunity goes to Boo Boo Doo, and he takes the desperation of Sentinels to try to stop the flag to finish the overkill.
That's honestly one of the biggest solo plays I think we've seen in Halo Esports. So Boo Boo Doo lighten things up. And here we go, Game 7, our Money Tuesday series, the final match, winner take all. This is it.
We're in. Camo goes to Squall A, and G1 come out strong. 3 kills right away. Camouflage in their possession. These teams have never played against each other on this map. There's no history to include. It's about forging your own destiny. Game 7, reverse sweep or survival. Who comes out on top?
Of course, it's got to be a Slayer. Game 5, Slayer. Time to clutch up, time to win some fights. We've seen it out of Sentinel's first 3 games, but G1, they found energy like nobody expected. And what will they do with it? 7-5 to start. Lethal going to get caught by a 2-man push. Little combo swishing team. Make their way through. Royal 2 with the trade. He's going to have to bounce back, though. Play things carefully. With no sword in play, these little plays around the corridor is going to be a little bit different, Garrett. And I think the shock and the utility is going to be so much more important.
Shock rifle is so vital for either of these teams. Really, this map has just become the fight for shock rifle since sword's not available anymore. And Boo Boo Doo looking to go on the tear. He won them the game previous, and he's looking to do work again.
What do you do as Sen in this situation? They've been here before, right? Sen, the most experienced team at this point in Halo Esports. They've been here before, but your mental has to be, burn and hurting a little bit. If G1 wins 3 in a row and do it in such confident fashion, that has to hurt. That has to stagger you. And I feel like they're staggered. 15-10. Swish predicting flanks here. Oh, not predicting the repulse, though. There he goes. Gonna take a dip in the water. Man needs to cool off, honestly. He's been sweating all tournament.
And Sentinels, I mean, they haven't had control of the power weapons. They haven't had control of the map, but they've been able to keep this close. And when it matters the most, they get the camouflage and they get the shock rifle away. And suddenly you start to see the map control develop for Sentinels. But Predevator does not care. He goes through the middle of the map, finds the most important player on the map, and shuts him down.
Where's that shock in the meantime? Must have been collected by G1. World 2 looking to get involved here, though. Gets tagged by an 8, cleans up Devin. Big opening. Spot Squall in mid-map. Gonna wait before he fires the shot. You gotta love the trigger discipline. Comes out with Frosty. Getting 2 kills. Royal still making full use of this camo, but Swish with a quick little rotation to get away from him. G1 holding on to a narrow lead. But what they forgot is the shock rifle.
Down for grabs. Boo Boo Doo, the double lethal, will be able to get the cleanup. No one from G1 to capitalize on the position. The spawn, they got him A spawn? How in the world did that just happen? Lethal's in trouble.
Oh, Lethal not ready for that. G1 so split on the map. And honestly, Sentinel's so split in the map, though, right? You had somebody in control. You had Lethal in Whirlpool, and I think a teammate over at Attic. And then, I don't know, split the spawn out A, despite Swish being in long haul. Little openings like that might come to bite you, but Sentinels, they still stabilize.
If G1 gets back and wins this game, we might have to look at that spawn in particular as being the cascade as why this happens. I mean, just gifted a free kill on Lethal. He had no reason to expect that A spawn, and it gives G1 a couple free kills to work with, but it's a big one for Snakebite to come on top of. The one-on-one, he wins it and secures the lane for his team, and now the rest of G1 start to fall.
Without a sword in play, every fight in these corridors so hard fought. You gotta win that. You gotta come out on top with your shots. Looks like Frosty has the utility to come out on top of anything at the moment. But what does he do? How does he open things up? Boo Boo Doo has a shot. He's got to get the info. Allow Sentinels to get aggressive. Frosty doing exactly that, though, finding a double. Let him mount the charge.
Snakebite's going to be the first one to take the fight, but you know, Frosty's close behind. Oh my God, look at how they're all set up. Lethal! Lethal's in the perfect spot! Lethal gets the triple!
Lethal in his prime out here. Snapping on targets, taking faces. 35-26. What the heck happened to the score, Garrett?
It's opened up in G1. They've been resilient for 3 games in a row. But it could all fall in game 7. Sentinels have just opened up a massive lead.
My God. Look at that board. 12-8 out of Lethal off that play. Devin with the shot. Finding heads, as you expect. Little perfect kill. Ooh, tricks plays out of Devin, too. Must know there's a player hiding in the corner. Tags up Lethal. We need to see more of this creativity out of G1 if they want to bounce back from a 7-kill deficit. Make it 8.
It all starts with this power weapon. For Detonator. No, Lethal. He's keeping him at bay. Lethal is not going to be able to get the clean up. Boo Boo Doo. The hero that they needed comes from behind, gets 2. Cuts the lead down to 6. Still very much a game that can go G1's favor. And they give the shock rifle to the man that feels the most confident with it. Boo Boo Doo. It's time to take over this game.
Time is now. This is it. They're running out. 41 on the board. We're in the end zone of this game. Squall does get a pick. Boo Boo, Swish, Squall working together here, trying to shut down Snakebite. But what was Frosty? Frosty found the flank. He got behind enemy lines, chasing him on stacks here. Squall, he's in trouble. Make it 45-35, a 10-kill advantage. On recharge, a camo, a shock for Frosty. Sentinels, they might have lost 3 in a row, Garrett, but I think this is where they close this one out.
How fitting for Frosty. He gets behind enemy lines, and now G1 are not going to be able to survive the onslaught. It's only 3 more kills, and Frosty does not miss.
Double kill.
He ain't missing. He is in the zone here. Just sticks whizzing by his face as well as they're trying to find him. A Frost looking to take another head. Boo Boo Doo, but as he shut him down, he does not. 2 kills go in, but 49 on the board. Final one to do this. Game 7, Sentinels, they fought hard. They held on. Just 1 kill to close this out. Is it Snakebite to do it? Swish will shut him down. A 9-kill deficit. It's just insurmountable at this point, Garrett. It's a matter of time. It's looking like it's Frosty. Lethal will close it. A 50-41 close in just an insane series that we witnessed, Garrett.
And how fitting for the player that we thought that made the biggest improvement, that looked to be a different man, to step up to the plate. Lethal finishes that game 15-10. Aggressive. Always in the right spot. A damage output machine that made the difference in this series. And G1 had a valiant effort. It was an incredible 3 games that they dominated. But you can't cheat the grind. Sentinels have been a unit for so long.
Louis, replay it. If you at any point doubted Lethal, he has just told you in this series. My God, can we get that little? Oh, I wanted to help.
We'll get the triple back. We'll get the triple back.
I'm
Here
sure
we go.
We'll see it again. By the way, I'm sorry, chat. I don't know if it was me or Garrett. I took a peek in the chat when this play happened. Garrett, we screamed so
absolutely.
loud.
I blew everyone's speakers. Oh, absolutely.
We screamed so loud when Lethal did this. I think we might have caused damage to your ears. I'm sorry. You didn't sign a waiver, so yeah, that's just how it goes.
But I mean, like, it's such a clean triple, right? And he gets the 2, Squally's 1 shot. You know what? Let's go one back. One more from the very beginning, Louis. This will be the last time I ask for it. But let's take a look at how this play actually gets set up. And it starts here. Okay, so you see Frosty. He's able to get the higher position. Snakebite's going to be the first to engage. He's getting everyone forward. So you have 2 men in 1 lane. Snakebite and Frosty working with each other. It's forcing everyone out. And now Lethal, he's the tip of the triangle, right? It's all about getting in 3s and forcing positions. Lethal is perfectly set up. He gets between every player. He's going to be able to clean up the 1 shot. Squall forces the hide. He keeps that at the back of his mind, and his ability, the info that comes from his teammates. He knows Swish is in the tunnel. He drops, perfect prediction on the aimer, and then finishes his food. Nothing, no scraps on the plate. The triple kill comes in, and that is what secured the win for this Sentinels roster.
Just a perfectly timed position rotation, but I like how you said he remembered Swish was in long haul, right? Like, he had the awareness to notice that he could not immediately impact that fight, drops down, wins a massive 1v1, and comes right back to it with perfect reticle placement and timing to close out that kill. And here are the results, of course, on the board. I don't think anyone could have expected this series to go the way it did. We got damn lucky. It's a privilege to experience good Halo like this on a Tuesday. And I mean, big ups to LVT for putting stuff like this together. If you haven't seen this before, if you're wondering what the heck this is, hit the damn follow button. LVT puts so much high quality content on a regular basis. You're missing out if you don't follow this channel.
Guys, if you enjoyed this tournament, there's one way for you to help having more tournaments in the